Hi guys, welcome back to another video. This one, as you can probably see by the title, is going to be having a look at mushroom coral care. And I've always liked mushrooms. Obviously getting into the hobby, mushrooms were known to be one of the easiest corals to take care of. So that's where I started, and my love for mushrooms hasn't really gone. I haven't really got anything high-end in the tank, but I do have a few different varieties and types, so I just wanted to run through them. On some sad news, just in the centre of the screen there, you might be able to see a white blob. That's my blue eye coal tang. Don't know what's been going off. I had, feed the tank, nothing else has gone in the tank. Always put seaweed in. Garlicin rich seaweed as well, and he's always first to it, ripping it off. I've had it in the tank for the best part of a year, well, just under. So yeah, a bit gutting about that. I really liked that fish, so I don't know. I've been at work all day today, so I've not really had a chance to sit and look at the tank, and obviously as I've come to it now, it's pretty much all gone. The crabs, there was a swarm of crabs when I came to the tank to feed, so they've picked it near enough bare. So I don't know whether it was, through the night and they've been at it all day or what, but I can't tell anything from his death by looking at it now, which is disappointing, but I suppose that's part of reef keeping. We have unexpected losses. So let's have a closer look at some of the mushrooms. These brown ones here with the orange mouth, they're the Florida Ricordia humas. Not overly great to look at, but they're quite nice, and when you take a close-up detailed shot, the colours on them really do pop. So that's a nice one. Next one we've got is just a green fairy mushroom. I'm pretty sure that everybody that's been in this hobby long enough will have owned some green fairy mushrooms at some point. The next one is this green one. Still quite a recent addition, so I can't tell you too much about that. All I know is it's quite nice. I'm just going to get my macro lens so we can take a closer look. Just bear with me. That should be a bit clearer now, so you can start to see a bit more detail on it. Just nip back to the orange mouth ones. You can see that bright orange mouth, and it's got a green in it. It's got subtle green undertones as well. Does like to split quite well as well. Moving on. This one was sold to me just as a regular bounce mushroom. It is really small. Again, not seeing great colours off it, but we'll give it time. See what happens there. You can see one behind. They are, I believe, they're the watermelon mushrooms, watermelon discosomas. They're all right, nothing special. They split like crazy. There's another bounce. There was two here, but I've actually already sold one on to somebody else. I believe right where that Astrina is. I'm not quite sure, because with the naked eye I thought it was a small mushroom. I don't know whether it is or not now. It is moving in the flow, so it could be, but I don't know. And moving on, there's another discosoma down there. I'm not sure whether that's just a standard purple one. but nothing special. Nice look at the Lobo. And it's not going to focus because I've got it in macro, but there's a forest fire mushroom back there. That's alright. Just take this off. The little blue damsels have just picked the body of the tang up and give it a good shake, so there's bits of tang flying all over the tank. So yeah, there's the nice forest fire mushroom. Really nice colours on them. You can see them from the other side of the room as soon as you walk in and look at the tank. There is another one over here, but I've recently picked up some hammers, so they're blocking that at the moment. Now, that little purple one with yellow tips that you might be able to just see, if I can hold the camera steady, zoom in. I'm sure that was sold to me as a lava lamp mushroom. It was really small when it got here, and it's still pretty small now. But we'll see what happens there. And in the hole of the frag holder, there's a green carpet mushroom there. Here's another one of the first ones that we looked at, I think. And then we've got some red discosoma. And there's a couple of leaves of those down here. And then just back there we've got Superman discosomas, but they're being shaded out completely by the toadstools. But I just sort of neglect the mushrooms. I don't do anything specific with them. I think they are a brilliant beginner coral. If you can kill mushrooms, especially like the discos or anything like that, then you know that you're really doing something wrong. People talk about Xenia being practically unkillable. Same with GSP. I find it easier to kill Xenia than I do mushrooms. And I've got them everywhere. You can see them on this rock. It's just covered. There's some green Grinch Redactus up there as well. And then behind the GSP, there's a rock that's holding up this main rock structure. And that was covered with them as well. That was from somebody's tank breakdown. So I just chucked it in the back. And I think that's where a lot of them have popped up from, where, you know, they're not getting enough light or flow down there, so they've detached from that rock. And then the flows took them over here, and this is where they've sort of settled. So that's a quick look really at what mushrooms I've got. And just a bit of a thing for any beginners that are watching, you know, don't overthink mushrooms. They are really easy to take care of and to deal with. So just put them in the tank. They're a good starter coral. They don't really need feeding. They don't need high light. They don't really demand anything from you. And that's about it really. If you watched my last video, you might have seen that I've got a baby rock flower nem, and there's only one. That's my main rock flower nem that's in the tank. So I'm really happy that, you know, that's produced and it's doing well. I've not target fed it or anything yet. I've never really target fed any nems that can promote splitting, and I don't really want any nems splitting. It looks quite bare of nems at the minute, but believe me, the back of this rock is absolutely covered. And then there's obviously that big boy there that's starting to take over the Zoa rock, which is highly annoying because there's some high-end Zoas where it is. Well, high-end Zoas for me. And that's going to start killing them. But I did take this rock out the other day and there was absolutely no chance that I was getting that nem off. Proper wrapped itself around. But before that, this rock was doing quite well, other than the Aiptasias that you'll no doubt be able to see on here. I'm still waiting on the copper band coming in. And if the copper band doesn't take a liking to him, then I'm afraid I'll be saying goodbye to the hawkfish. Wherever he is, can you see it? I think I'll be moving him on or moving him into the frag tank, just so that I can get some peppermint shrimp again. Like I said before, when I added them, I didn't realise, well, I didn't put two and two together and realise that a hawkfish's main prey and diet is shrimp. So he's annihilated all the shrimps that I put in. And then we'll just end the video looking at the Blastos. I have got another frag of Blastos, but they're down there, they fell off. I need to get some more glue because everything's falling off the rock. Since I've got these two big turbo snails, that is one of them, who's trying to wreck the frag rack, and the other one's no doubt behind a rock or underneath somewhere. I come down at night and they're on this main rock structure and they're just like bulldozers. So I'll get everything stuck down again, but I will be moving on some of these hammers because I've got a clump there, some there. There's 4 heads in that frag holder. There's God knows how many heads here. And then some different types here. We've got the reverse, so green purple tips, and then the green tips, the toxic waste or whatever it is. That's meant to be a gold one. More, that's meant to be a gold one as well. So we'll end the video there. Thanks for watching.